Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Go Snap Creating Continuous Performance Feedback System. Welcome. Thank you for your time. This is Innocent speaking, and with me today, I'm with Marinda. Hello, Marinda.
Hi, Innocent. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you. How is it going down there, the other side of the country, in George?
Yeah, good in George. Quite a bit cold, so we don't have the summer yet that you guys have in Pretoria.
Oh, we wish we can share some of that summer. But now, Marinda, you have some good news for us. And we're excited to hear what you have in store. So let's start first with some of the questions with relating to continuous performance feedback. So performance management has the potential to be a difficult process under normal circumstances. But now we have COVID 19, and suddenly remote working provided a whole new challenge to managers regarding performance management. How did you experience this? Please share with us.
Yes, so Innocent, I fully agree with you. Performance management is a difficult topic or a difficult process at best of times. So we've been fortunate with our For Excellence team that we've been working in a remote environment for almost 10 years now. And I think the team is actually quite used to being managed more on output rather than time and attendance. And I always tell the team, your biggest performance management feedback is the fact that a client is satisfied, a client give you another contract or give you a good test referral of the work that you've done. So yeah, I think the 4X team had it. I mean, we were quite well positioned when COVID hit last year from a remote performance management point of view. But, working with our clients over the last 18 months, I could really see how difficult it was and still is, for managers to make the change from a time and attendance mindset to an output driven mindset. Not so much because they don't want to, but because that is the way it's always been done. You pop by someone's office and you know what they're busy with. And it's just now not so easy to do. So this change that is required has a very direct influence on the performance management process any team. And that's the challenges that we're seeing.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that with us. Now, I must say, from my experience, performance management processes can be highly stressful for managers and employees equally. What are the pain points that you have observed and experienced in the performance management processes in general? But also, is these remote work times?
Yeah, so Innocent, any process has pros and cons, right? But I think traditional performance management processes fall short on a number of points. And there's a lot of literature on it, so you can go read some on it. There was a very good article in the Harvard Business Review just a while ago.
Yeah.
But from own experience, the process, the performance management process traditionally is not a continuous process. It's sort of happening once or twice a year, and managers and team members or employees must sit together. It's almost a very unnatural process to go through. The process itself does not necessarily facilitate two-way communication. I've often found that it is a very one-way discussion. Either the employee explains what he's been doing, or the manager is actually explaining to the employee what is done wrong.
Yeah. It's like a monologue of some sort. Yeah.
Okay, and that leads me to the another point, which the process very often focuses on the negative, and it's not intentionally so, but managers feel the need to use the performance management process to explain why someone is not performing, which is good. But the problem is if we only focus on negative and not on the positives as well, and the employee is sort of left on its own, on his or her own, to explain the positive side. That's why I'm actually a star. You sort of by default an average performer, and then it's this discussion about are you really a star performer?
We need you to improve on something.
Exactly. And in the end, the performance management processes that I've experienced in my life is very often a one-size-fits-all type of process. Everyone have to go through exactly the same thing, the same type of template, the same type of content, in the end, I think it's something that can be better, and to make sure that processes can accommodate changes as the year progresses, as circumstances change. I think we've actually seen these things accentuated during the times of remote work that we've seen with COVID now over the last 18 months. Suddenly it's even more of an issue, these type of pain points.
Happiness. Now, speaking about adopting, we've recently developed and implemented a simplified but very responsive performance management system for a client, right? So how does this address these shortcomings that you just highlighted now, Melinda?
Yes, so we've implemented this process, and it is actually supported by a Go software app that we developed, Go Perform. And the client is busy using it, but we are also busy implementing it for our own consulting firm. So I think rather than just talking about it, I think I should show you what we are doing.
Yes, please.
And let me share my screen. Let me share. Please tell me if you can see my screen.
Okay. That's it. I can see it. Hey, there's my name there.
It's your name, so we're going to use you as a guinea pig to explain how we think about this process. So step number one is that the employee, and in this example, you're going to be the employee, right?
Okay.
So the employee takes ownership of his or her own performance contract and the goals, and normally it will result in a two-way conversation like the one that we're having now, right? So let's have a look. So there's already one performance contract loaded on your name. You loaded it for the sustainability project that you are busy with. Let's load another one as well for the new project that you are going to start working on, right? So what is the project name?
I hope you can remember that I am a very deep lover of sustainability. This time around, let's do the communication side of sustainability, please.
Communication plan?
Yes, please.
All right.
That's it.
And we'll put myself up as the manager for the project. And what is the target date for project completion?
Well, we hope you will finish this project maybe end of November.
All right, end of November. And that is it. And we create that project. All right, there's our sustainability communication plan.
Yeah.
And I'm the manager. The target date is end of November. All right. So, but this contract now needs to get some goals, and contract meaning the performance contract between me and you.
Yeah.
Right. So now the performance contract needs to get some goals, and we need to discuss what those goals will be. Right. So let's add a new goal.
Okay.
And let's talk. What's the first goal that you need to achieve for this project?
Okay. Usually we will then go into the planning phase. We'll start by planning. That would be the goal number 1.
Develop project plan.
Yes.
All right. And what is the key output? Is then an approved project plan, right?
Yeah.
All right. And what will be the performance measure of that?
Our client would be the one who says to us they are happy with the plan as it looks.
So client approval.
Yeah.
Happy. All right. And by when should we have this project plan?
Well, that would probably be sometime next week.
All right. So shall we say
8th of October should do. Yeah.
All right. Great stuff. Great. All right. Now you see a new change request has been loaded. You don't see anything here yet because in the background, that goal has now been sent to me as the manager for approval. But before I show you that, maybe let's create another goal as well, and then I'll show you the next step with both of these goals. All right. So after the project plan completion or development, what happens then?
Okay. Well, our projects are usually divided into phases, so we'll enter into a phase 1 of the project.
Okay. Phase 1.
Yeah.
All right. And what is the key output?
And the key output of phase 1 would be some sort of reports that come out of phase 1.
All right. Phase 1 report.
Yeah.
And the performance measure of that.
And then the client would be the one who signed it off and said, happy.
Client approval of phase 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And by when do we think that we're going to have a phase 1 completed?
That would be the end of the month.
All right. Oops.
Usually takes about a month to finish phase 1 of a project.
All right. But we'll probably come back to this date after we've done the detailed project planning, right? So we'll talk about that.
Okay.
All right. So the new request has been created. So let me show you what this looks like on the manager side.
Okay.
On the manager side, I'm going to sign out and sign into my own account. So I'm now the manager, so you'll see that I'm also administrator, but so you'll see a few different pages on this side.
Yeah.
And here towards the notifications, let me show you. There you can see Innocent has created a new goal, phase 1, and awaiting approval.
Yeah.
And Innocent has created a new goal, develop project plan, that is awaiting approval, and so forth. All right. So now I can also, from an administrative point of view, see that those are some open approvals that's waiting for that manager to approve, right? Yeah. And I can now go and on my approvals tab, I can say, okay, so on this project name, there's 2 requests for approval, and I can see that those are the 2 that you submitted to me.
Yes.
And even though we are you actually having the discussion, you can
Yes.
actually also have a look at what the details were and comment and say, well, please include Monica.
Hello, Monica. So Monica is at the back, hey? Thanks, Monica.
In the development of phase 1. All right, so that's a comment from the manager, and with that we can approve. Okay, and we approve the other one as well. And maybe I don't have any comments here, and I can just approve. I can also reject it, right? If I give a comment, I can reject it and send it back, but I would expect then us to have a two-way discussion about that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So let's approve. Okay, so that's it on my side. And what's happening in the background is that there's also some email notifications going out, and it will notify you that I approved your goals for as you submitted them. And yeah, let's go back into your page and see what it looks like on your side now. So there's the project that we just loaded.
Yes.
And if we open it up, you'll see there's the two goals that we just added, the development project plan and phase 1. All right. So now the work needs to get going. At least the big thing that we achieved now, and the pain point that we addressed, was the two-way communication. We are all aligned. It is customized to this specific employee, so it's not a one size fits all. This is customized, and it's very much focused on your specific deliverables, right? And it enables immediate two-way information flow between us. All right, so now you get going, and let's just for argument's sake, or for example's sake, say you guys have been working on this project plan, and now you want to update it. And the project plan is now 100% done.
Yeah.
You, as Innocent, add your progress percentage in there, and you say, well, the client has approved the project plan, and you can even upload some evidence. So in whatever format. In what format do you normally have your project plans?
It can be a lot in PowerPoint.
Okay, well, that's good. But PDF or Excel is also good. So any format will work here, and you can then update it. So, Innocent, how would you rate yourself on this task?
5 stars, please. 5 stars.
5 stars. Okay. If you were late, we would have a different discussion about it. But you submit, and that was the first goal that was completed. Then, in terms of developing that project plan. But based on your detailed planning, you can now also say, well, maybe you need to update the due date for phase 1 of the project. And you can do that by modifying this goal. What do you think? After the detailed planning, that target date might be a week later, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so let's put that in as an example, and let's just say detailed plan required additional week for completion. That's your motivation for requesting that extension in that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Enter, and we update. All right. So this is on your side. So as the project progresses, you can manage your goals and your contracts as we're explaining here. And on my side, what happens now from a management perspective, and let me just go back there. So once again, I can actually see there's some new notifications. Innocent has made the changes, updated progress. From an admin point of view, once again, I can see I need to do some task evaluation on some goals, but let's go to the approvals and see what are those specific things that you see that you submitted. All right, so progress updated. So here I could see this was to develop the project plan. Progress is 100%. You evaluated yourself 5 stars. And my comment is, well done to include the client in the planning process. I approve. And I need to evaluate, what do I think? And I think you've done a super job. And I submit it as such. All right. So you can see how easy it is. Yeah. It doesn't replace face-to-face communication, right? Yeah. So and especially for remote teams, we definitely feel that having video on conversations like the one that we're having now is very, very important to keep the personal contact. It cannot be only a digital process, right? Yes. You still need that human touch. But I think the feedback, constant and instant feedback and recognition of job well done is so important in today's time, and this process really facilitates that quite well. The last thing I want to show you, so now I've shown you how the employee manages their own contracts and goals, how the manager manages it, but there's also the role of the moderator. So if I look at the number of users, you can see that our other director, Koos Swart, he's been assigned the role of moderator, and I want to quickly show you. You can assign different roles to different users. So there's a user, a manager, a moderator, or an admin role. And the role of a moderator is quite important. And maybe from your experience, why do you think that is the case?
Well, Marinda, I mean, right now, we have mentioned earlier on there could be an issue of governance. And also, it just helps to keep a balance between a manager and an employee relationship in a balanced manner. I mean, if we are both working, we can always make sure that our process of working and rating is also a fair one. If we have a moderator, he or she can assist us in ensuring that our tasks that are allocated, they are in a fair way, and also the expectations are also reasonable with the allocated times for each project. But also, another thing, Marinda, under normal circumstances, I would have been the one in charge of my own profile. And yet you did it for me this time because you were showing us how it's done. You were doing Innocent and also doing Marinda at the same time. So Marinda and Innocent will be working concurrently, as you said, via Teams or online chat.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you will be the one doing the typing and submitting it, and we will agree on the content of those performance contracts that's being submitted. So the whole idea here is to make sure that the performance contracts and its goals reflect the work and the accountabilities that you are dealing with as the employee, and that the manager expects. So it's that alignment of expectations, if I can summarize it like that.
Happy. No, I really like Go Perform very much. It's quite easy, intuitive at the same time. And also, I like the idea of having a moderator, especially when we are in remote working phase right now.
Yeah.
Now, Marina,
So just a last point, Innocent, you can see also that the manager have the view on how the contracts are progressing for different contracts and employees
yes,
at the same time. So you also have a view of whether something is falling behind or not, and I think that is something that's also from a proactive performance management point of view, something that's very good to rather be proactive and almost be continuous in that feedback rather than waiting towards the end of the year to tell you, Innocent, I wasn't happy with the way that your project was handled.
breakdown.
And yeah, that's I think another big strength of this process.
Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy with it. So this is quite an agile system, I can see, Marina. But where do we get access to this?
Okay. All right. So for anyone listening to this, please go to www.go/software.org, and this is where all our Go software apps are being being talked about, and the links to our products are given here. So you can go to our products here, and on the products page you'll see Go Perform, right? So go manage your performance. There's an explanation, a quick overview of what the product does, and please book a demo. I think the key thing here is to make sure that that we customize the app for you and your team, and the requirements that you have for performance management. So we would like to have a discussion with you about it, and not sell you just an off-the-shelf product. So that's the idea. And please go click and book a demo.
I'm looking forward to booking a demo there. The previous time we spoke about another Go Snap product. Do you want to probably maybe just show us that a little bit while you're there?
Yes, we spoke about Go Hourly, and this is about the time management side of it. So we also we said to each other last time that time management is such a big portion of making sure that you are productive, you as an employee or as a team member, but also as a manager, that you can see what your team is actually working on. So we are actually quite excited about some of the integration development that we're going to do in this space. So we're going to develop the integration between Go Hourly and Go Perform, so that the contracts and goals that you loaded in Perform can pull through automatically to Hourly, and that employees can then track their time against those contracts and tasks that they have to complete. So then it's really a seamless process of also managing your time against the expectations from a performance management perspective. So yeah, we are very excited about that development, which is to come soon. So watch this space.
No, I'm looking. I cannot wait. That excites me a lot. The idea of understanding that you're not just improving in quality only in terms of performance, but you can also improve in terms of the time. So all of that integrated together. We're looking forward to that. Is there any other thing? Is there any other thing? I'm just trying to prep if maybe there are other products that we can almost look out.
So we're almost there. We're going to
Yeah.
launch a beta version of Go Bowtie
Okay.
very, very soon. So there's another space to watch. Please keep the space somewhere near your calendar. But we're going to launch our first official Go Go risk related product, and it will be Go Bowtie, and we're very excited about this one too.
Exciting times. I'm definitely going to get my bow tie ready as I'm looking forward to this space. Marinda, you've really explained Go Perform quite well for us. So now we are going to learn how to manage our performance going forward. If there are any other questions that our listeners are having later on, they can always ask. There's Monica there, and there's also Call, who's always willing to assist. They might also just send us that email, and we can find out how we can assist. I mean, after all, for excellence, Go Perform, we all about co-creating with our clients to find better solutions.
Absolutely.
So unless otherwise there's any other thing, Marinda, thank you very much from my side.
Thank you so much, Innocent, and thanks for being a sport in being the example case for Go Perform today. And thank you. Until next time.
Thank you everyone. Thank you for your time. Keep well. Ciao, ciao.